What's up, my hard pass family? What's going on, everybody? The boys are back at it. We're back on our Tuesday schedule again. Uh, it's your boy Terry, and I'm accompanied with, of course, Remy Breeze. What's going on, brother?
What's up, man? How's it going?
If I'm, pretty solid, I guess.
Hey,
Life wise, good. Sports wise, could be
man,
better.
well, it could be better, but also, today's a great day. I mean, football season, basketball season, baseball season, all in one. So, I know it's tough for you personally,
Me personally,
but
it's almost shades of Remy years ago.
yeah, not a good place to be. Not a good place to be. I'll help you crawl out of that, bud.
But yeah, dude. So how are you doing today? How was your day today?
It was mid. It was mid.
Very mid, huh?
Very midday.
How was your weekend?
Weekend was dope. Other than having to watch Miami lose again, weekend was pretty good. We had a little wedding shower thing for my sister.
Shout out Kirsten.
Dressed up as a cowboy, it's kind of my thing now. So that was a lot of fun.
Actually, honestly, it's gonna get to the point where it's not I dressed up as.
No, I just
like this is Remy.
I'm gonna start showing up on here like that.
You should.
I'm gonna put the earbuds in. I'm gonna rock the cowboy hat, and that's just gonna be my look.
I like it.
I'm all in on it. Carhartt brand ambassador, Tecovas brand ambassador. Hire me,
please.
Got the goatee going.
Somebody hire me to do something other than banking, please.
Any takers?
Any takers?
Any takers?
But yeah, that's cool. Shout out Kirsten. I did see that y'all were having a good old time.
Yeah,
at the wedding party. I didn't know. Is that a thing now? People have wedding parties?
Well, it was like her wedding shower, I guess, for Ryan's family. And then we've got another one on the 29th for her side of the family in Islandton. So Kirsten's just eating up all my time.
Wait a minute.
Just eating up all my time.
I've got to take notes here. So
you heard right.
So I have a party from Camille's side, and then we have a party on my side.
Don't get me wrong. I don't know if this is how everybody does it. Kirsten was kind of explaining it to me. It was like, for all the people that can't make it to the wedding in Islandton, they can come to this party.
Wait, I can just invite half the people to a party and not invite them to the wedding? Don't have to feed them?
Honestly, I say we just skip the whole wedding. Just
go to the party. That's what I'm saying.
Let's just keep doing parties and say bump all that other stuff.
Let's just have everybody out for a week. We just do a week-long party.
That would be sick. Yeah, to hell with all that other stuff. No, it was a good time though, man. They had some tacos, some adult beverages. Good time.
Blake Griffin's a Celtic?
Yeah, you didn't know that?
Sorry, I had to have the game on, so no, I didn't know that.
Yeah, Blake Griffin's a Celtic. Signed like 2 weeks before the season started, so I'm still trying to get.
Well, yeah, I saw some photos. You had fun. Carolina plays this weekend, night game.
They do.
Are you tailgating?
Yeah, apparently we're having like our biggest tailgate of the year. They're like smoking a brisket, like
let's go
the whole 9, bro. They're gonna be out there like
cool.
7 a.m.
I'm so jealous. I wish I could be out there.
It's gonna be a big one now. I don't know. I haven't seen anything about our Texas A&M boys in here. I don't know what's going on, but
we haven't seen. We built for it.
It's about to be a big weekend this weekend. So yeah, no, it's gonna be a lot of fun. This is probably the blowout tailgate of the year for us. So we're going to go all in on it.
Well, that's cool. Yeah. That'll be fun. Big time in Columbia, South Carolina. That's for sure. What's
big up, time.
Honestly, if you had to ask me, I still think save the brisket of tailgate you miss. Yeah, Caleb. You're going to the mountains or something. I think.
Dude, I haven't seen Caleb in a month, so it's not like, let's not act like, it's the one time I don't hang out. Caleb doesn't hang out with us no more. So
Caleb's done with you guys.
Be gone.
What'd y'all do to Caleb?
He got other friends. Caleb got other friends. I don't know if you know about this. Caleb got other friends. Caleb be telling us about like best friends from high school we ain't never met, like crazy shit. Caleb's like, yeah, you know, my best friend so and so. I'm like his son's godfather. I'm like, who the hell is this person?
What?
No, yeah, that's a real thing. We found that out just randomly.
What up, Matt? What's going on, brother? How you doing, man?
But yeah,
I hope you are doing well, man. Go Volunteers! Yeah, big game. We have a lot to talk about. Today, and I guess let's start. We'll quickly go baseball, then we'll go college football.
All right,
and then we'll go NFL, and then we'll finish with NBA.
Sounds like a plan.
I think that's going to be our route for today. Try to keep us on course. So, if you ask a question, please just keep it while we're talking about those sports. If y'all could just ask the questions while we're in those genres, that would be great because my brain
would be fantastic.
Because my brain can't handle a bouncing back and forth and trying to keep everything on the scales here. So we'll start with some MLB. Sadly, it's sad times. It's bad times. Sad times to be a Brave and a Dodger. But honestly, the Dodgers losing softened the blow so much for me as a Braves fan for some reason. I bet. And I was just like, we'll go. Because honestly, as a Brave fan, we're just going to go again next year.
Yeah.
It feels one of those things where the Braves haven't made the playoffs. Like the Phillies, the Phillies haven't made the playoffs in 10, 12 years.
Yeah.
So it's kind of,
it's good. It's a good time to be a Braves fan.
Yeah.
Because the lull's not coming anytime soon.
No.
You're going to be a good team for a while.
We're going to be better next year than we were this year. And this year, we're a pretty good baseball team.
So yeah, it's not. And baseball is just the weirdest sport, man. It's one of those things, it's so hard to explain.
Go Phillies.
How hard
honestly,
it is.
Go Phillies.
No, I don't
know about all that.
We talk about all the stuff. So let's talk about Mets Padres. So the Mets, who, don't beat out the Braves for the division, end up having to play in the wild card series. You would think them versus the Padres, a team that kind of wasn't wasn't as good as
they were a wild card team all year.
Yeah. So they go out there, you go Max Scherzer game 1, you think, okay, we got to like our chances here. And he has one of the historically worst games in playoff history. So you can't write that up. It's why baseball's so unpredictable. And you just never know. They, like I said, Max Scherzer, Hall of Famer, one of the best pitchers of a generation, comes out and has one of the worst playoff games in history. So what are you going to do? It's just tough. It's a tough sport.
Right. Alan said Braves are good. Only saw them win one game. Honestly, it should. Kyle Wright pitched a good game and we won that game. But the Phillies played us. Kind of talk about the Phillies Braves, and the Braves just got outplayed. The Phillies were a better baseball team from start to finish. Pitched better. Sadly, fielded the position better. Bullpen was better. The bats were 1,000 times better. So, like you said, no excuses from West. They played better baseball than us. And in any series, I don't care who you are, how good you are, all you have to do is win in that best of 5. You just got to come up with 3 wins. It's such a short series anyway, instead of the best of 7, a little different. But honestly, if we would have played Phillies in 7, they would have beat us in 5. You know what I mean? It was one of those things where you could just, watching it, I just knew. You knew that the Phillies are going to win. They were locked in every at bat. You felt like you couldn't get nobody out. And we were just walking outs on our at bats. So
can't live and die by home runs. It's just I
don't really think that much, dude, to be honest with you. I think the Braves, that's how they do it. They've done it. They won a World Series doing it.
Yeah, but it's one of those things, when they dry up, you don't stand a chance.
Oh,
the elimination game, they had 13 hits to your 4, and 3 of your 4 hits were solo home runs.
That's what I'm saying. But in a playoff game, you got to pitch. to win. Like if you hold them to 1 run, you hit 3 home runs, you're winning that baseball game. It's just how it is, dude. If you don't get 6 innings out of your starter and you're getting shelled and you give up 3-run home runs in multiple games, you're going to lose that series. You know what I mean? Yeah. That was the difference, honestly. We were hitting on just the same. They were hitting maybe more home runs, or we were sitting pretty good, but they were solo home runs.
Yeah, they had
the Phillies had runners on. Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, that's just the new age of baseball. Honestly, though, it's live and die by the home run for everyone. And
the Guardians lost today to the Yankees.
Saw that. Was watching that right before we got started. Yankees advance.
My Windians lost, dude.
Your Windians. That was a little closer than I expected it to be. A lot of people were expecting the Yankees to
and that's baseball. That shows you right there how the Yankees were much better.
The Dodgers, Padres. Dodgers 111 wins, and they don't win. They win one playoff
game.
One playoff game. 111 wins. One of the best seasons all time. They win one playoff game. So it's just crazy. But hey, Padres, Phillies, the 5 versus the 6 seed for the National League Championship Series, really makes you start to wonder, like, what the hell does it matter if you play in the wild card? Does it?
Honestly, dude, it's all about matchups in baseball and how your starters match up and how, it's such a weird thing. But, and you just got to get hot. Like when the Braves went on their runs, they had guys step up. When we beat, we had Jock step up for a series and get hot. And then we had Eddie Rosario against the Dodgers. It was just you couldn't get him out. You need guys step up like that. It's cool though. I love baseball and I'll always love it. And it sucks. I'm not gonna lie. Everyone knows how much I love the Atlanta Braves and how much they mean to me. But hey,
all right.
Always be next year.
You're the bigger baseball guy out of the two of us. You've got an American League Championship Series, Astros versus Yankees.
Astros is the best team left in the playoffs by a mile.
So you're going Astros in that series?
Astros are going to win it all. I thought they were going to win it all coming into it, but they're going to beat the Yankees. They might sweep them, honestly. They're going to beat the Yankees pretty handily.
Are you writing that in?
I'm not writing the sweep, but I'm not writing the sweep. Yeah, okay. But it's gonna be a tough series for the Yankees. They just had to use a lot of pitching and stuff to even get in there. And the best of 7 is tough. The Phillies and Padres are interesting. I think both these teams have very interesting baseball clubs. They both have kind of the same. I would say the Phillies have the best 2 pitchers in the series. I would give the nod to Wheeler and Nola. And then I would say, it's Yu Darvish, Musgrove, and Blake Snell. I think they're right behind them. I think the Padres have a little better bullpen, but guess what? The bullpen's fickle, and right now the Phillies bullpen's great. So it's going to be interesting. I don't know who's going to come out of that one, but I think
a winner.
I'm going to say the Padres beat the Phillies.
It is decided. Padres, Astros.
Padres, Stros, World Series, and I think the Stros, they missed out on one last year. They come back and they get it done this year.
How are you feeling right now if you're Fernando Tatis?
Like an idiot.
That's tough, right? Because he should be playing right now.
Yeah.
He should be playing right now. Chance to take him to the World Series.
Yeah, Michael Harris played like the guy who sits next to you on the couch.
Oh, damn. Yeah, you got him next year, though.
He's a rookie, bro. Like, eventually you're going to hit a wall, and it just sadly hit it in the playoffs. All right, we're going to switch it up, and we're going to college football. Big weekend of college football. It was a great weekend for people who just like sitting around and watching so much football. And where to start other than Alabama, Tennessee. At Tennessee, one of the best football games you'll ever watch in your life.
It was a barn burner for sure. Not a whole lot of defense. Not a whole lot of defense.
No, and you really were like, okay, well, here comes Alabama. Like, dang, Tennessee went back up. But, you keep leaving Alabama in the game. You think they're just going to win it in the end. Honestly, as much as I hate Tennessee, it was such a big program win for them as a college. I was like, that's kind of cool. Like I don't like Tennessee Volunteers, but like, damn, dude, you can't help but appreciate you because we were in their shoes. I remember that was the greatest day of my life was when we beat Alabama at home. The last time Alabama
lost an SEC East team.
Yeah,
almost 5,000 days ago.
And I remember like that day. I'll always have that day. I'll always remember that day. And now Tennessee Volunteer fans will have. Now that lets you know how special it is to be that program, Alabama. You give fans the greatest day of their lives.
So, you literally do. Mm-hmm. You beat Alabama, and it goes in your team's record books. Like, you'll remember that game for the rest of your life, the one time you managed to beat Alabama. And that's the difference. That's the difference. Yeah. Alabama's not – I don't think Alabama's –
Matt said that they got exposed. I don't think they got exposed, bro. Honestly, I think Tennessee's a great football team. I think Alabama's been Alabama. They've almost lost a bunch of football games this year.
This is just not the same Alabama team we're used to seeing. Yeah. As I think what it is more so they're just not as good as they normally are. Mm-hmm. And it's you see it in some of these games. They've played
their secondary
several
close
games.
Yeah.
But it's crazy though, because like exactly what you said. Alabama beats Tennessee and it's expected. It's just expected. You expect to win that game. Tennessee beats Alabama once in 20 years.
15 years.
15 years. And it's the biggest win in school history. It's wild. Just the level of that Alabama has set themselves up to is just crazy. But no, I'm right there with you on just I've watched a lot of Alabama play this year. They're not the juggernaut that they usually are. The wide receiving core is not what it was last year. The secondary is awful. Their secondary is just absolutely trash. Will Anderson is not making the same impact plays that he did last year, rushing the passer and making the tackles for loss and everything. So they're just not really, and who knows how the rest of the year shakes out. Maybe they can find a way to squeeze themselves back into like the SEC championship game. But they've played in some close games. They easily could have lost another one or two football games coming into this weekend. So
yeah,
I just don't think they're quite.
What's crazy though?
We're used to seeing.
Alabama's going to right the ship and wind up in the Final Four. Everyone already knows it, and even let you know like this, the program is definitely a down year, just skill position wise and defensive secondary wise. We're used to Alabama having multiple first round picks in the secondary. This year is definitely not that. But also, I'm not taking away. This looks like Matt's just kind of hating on Alabama. Where honestly, I'm giving my flowers to Tennessee, bro. Yeah. I've been saying it. I've been on Tennessee all this year. I think that Heupel's a great coach. They run a really good offense. They have a lot of skill position guys on that team. Defensively, they just do enough. They're not great. But on offense, they do enough to be a great football team, and that's what Tennessee is.
And old Irmo, South Carolina's finest, 6 catches for 5 touchdowns.
Yeah, Jalen Hyatt, shout out him.
That's the game of a lifetime there.
Yeah, he's a stud. He's been really good for them ever since he got on the campus. And he had 5 touchdowns on 6 catches. Special night, especially when you do it on that. I mean, that's the biggest stage. Honestly, that football game it's like you hate to say it, but that's like almost as good as the national championship,
That is
we're like that stage. Yeah, I'm saying like
yeah. No. I feel you. Now, I will say this, as much hype as the Tennessee football program does deserve for all this, I don't know if you've seen, but of course they stormed the field.
Yeah, this is sad.
$200,000 fine from the SEC. They ripped the goalpost down. They threw one of the goalposts into the Tennessee River. So pretty wild stuff. All of that, whatever. It's one of the biggest wins in school history. Fine,
Mhm.
celebrate. But did you see that the University of Tennessee put up a GoFundMe to help pay for the new goalpost?
Yeah, that's sad.
That's sad, bro. You're an SEC football program. Why are you putting up a GoFundMe to help pay for a new goalpost? I think they can afford it. I think they can afford goalposts.
Not sure what's going on with that, but just football side, that's kind of pathetic.
It's weird because it almost makes you think like maybe someone's like scamming everybody for this money.
Right.
There ain't no way. That's like such a it's just like an L mentality. Like, hey man, can you help pay for these goalposts y'all tore down?
Because y'all shouldn't have done that, but yeah, great win for Tennessee. Alabama will bounce back. You could tell Bryce Young's injured, but he's got a kind of messed up shoulder. Still threw for 450. Dude, he is so good.
455.
I love me some Bryce Young.
That running back still for Alabama's a problem. That Gibbs kid is nice.
Yeah, he is good.
But their defense just ain't there this year. So
cowards. But yeah, Clemson beat Florida State. Whoop-de-doo. The ACC is a sad, sad conference. Good, congratulations, Clemson.
I thought Clemson was going to run away with it. Next thing I know, I look up, it's a close game. Weird.
Yeah.
But Florida State's just not on that level. They're just not.
No.
It's sad ACC, but it's just not.
Michigan beat Penn State in the early game for me. Nothing crazy there. Michigan runs the ball and plays defense.
Michigan's a good team. I know last year before they made the playoff, people were giving Harbaugh a lot of flack saying he was on the hot seat.
See, my problem with Michigan is, yes, they're a great team, but we saw what happened to them last year. And I think this year they're a worse football team than they were last year. You don't replace those two edge rushers. And but I think that's just the way college football works. There's a drastic level.
Stick through until the Ohio State game. That's usually a big barometer to see where they are as a program. They took care of business against, top 10 Penn State team.
Oh, so. That's cost me $350. Dude, Caleb, you gotta bet better, bro. Do better. Let's see here. Syracuse beat NC State pretty good. They got some players. Syracuse has a good, decent little football team.
Mm-hmm. Olarande Gaston, dude, I love watching it. I love watching it play. Former Dolphins legends. Son out here doing it for the Qs.
TCU coming back and beating Oklahoma State. This game was over.
We're back, baby.
It was like 24-7 or something.
We're back, baby. There's no stopping us. There's no slowing that down. That offense is too nice.
TCU came back, and they're still undefeated. Big time win for TCU. What are they ranked now?
Should be number 1.
8. They're ranked 8th.
They should be number 1 without a doubt.
That's cool. Congratulations to you, the Horned Frogs.
Glad I got something back. Need it. I need it. Oh man, do I need it?
Kentucky bounced back and beat Mississippi State at home. The game was not as close as the score looked. Kentucky was kind of running all over Mississippi State. Big bounce back win for Kentucky. Because after you lose to South Carolina, your season can go one of two ways. Downhill fast.
Yeah.
So.
Oh, man. Southern Cal lost.
We're going to talk about that.
Southern Cal finally lost.
Oklahoma ended up beating Kansas. Everybody said that Kansas was going to beat Oklahoma. End of the day, the side of the helmet matters in that game. Kansas couldn't quite go into Oklahoma and win. I think they're a little fired up about that one. Illinois, sneaky good football team. They beat Minnesota, who's also a sneaky decent football team. Illinois has a sick run game. You remember when they had Juice Williams at quarterback?
Mm-hmm.
I kind of fucked with Illinois back then.
Yeah. Illinois used to rock some good football
and then
players.
It was, what's his name?
Mendenhall? Rashad
Mendenhall. They were nice back then.
Yeah. Back in the day.
So Illinois 6-1. 6-1 Illinois. And James Madison comes in the top 25 and takes an L. Goes to Statesboro and loses to Georgia Southern. Tell you what.
Welcome to the top 25.
Welcome to Sun Belt. Let's see here. Brett B got it rolling again, yeah? Everybody can bounce back and start running the football again. And of course, what an amazing football game. Honestly, at the end of the football game of this game, I was like emotional because the USC Utah game. I was talking to my dad about it, and I, for some reason, love the Mormon football teams. And I love Utah. You know, I love BYU. I love the Holy War. I don't know, man. It just shows so much. They care so much. And I pull hard for Utah. And this game, USC, I don't like the Trojans. I never have. I hate them like the Lakers. And for them to go into Utah, they had the guys. Did you see the helmets of Utah's?
Mm-hmm.
So they had the guys that they had two teammates that passed away, and they put them on the helmets, and it was badass. The crowd was electric. USC goes up kind of big on Utah. Utah storms back, fights back in the game. They go for 2 with 30 seconds left, and they get it. They have the most awkward-looking physical quarterback I've ever seen in Cam Rising.
Mm-hmm.
He looks
I
like
watched
he
him last
he
year.
is so funny looking.
Yeah,
but
he is a funny looking dude.
He is a funny looking dude. But big time win for Utah. Big time loss for Southern Cal.
Yeah.
And Utah's tight end made a lot of money on Saturday.
That he did. Not every day you see a tight end go for 234 receiving yards.
16 catches, 234 yards, and a touchdown. He got his leg ripped up there pretty good toward the end, and he was still out there getting open.
Oh, no.
Go Stros, built for it.
Oh, no. Here he is.
All right, hey.
Built for this L coming on Saturday, baby.
Them Gamecocks can be handing out L's, boy. My boy.
Built for that L, son.
But yeah, honestly, dude, this weekend is why college football is great. Sometimes my affection wavers with it. If I'm honest, like I always love college football, but when the Gamecocks suck like they have for the past decade, it's just tough, you know. But then you sit down and you watch it, and you understand the passion, and you understand what it really means to these people, and it's pretty cool.
I think I'm kind of right there with you, and it is crazy that we talked about at the beginning of the year kind of being a little out of it because it's always the same programs over and over again and just kind of tired of seeing the same show on repeat. But then we beat Kentucky.
I'm telling you.
And you're like,
people are joking. Like,
that feels good.
People think I'm fucking around, dude. I am not. When I say we beat Kentucky, I don't care about. Honestly, dude, it's so sad that we haven't beat them in 6 years.
So long. They used to be like, you could count on that one, you know, almost year in and year out.
Right now. Well, tell them Spurs up.
Spurs up, baby.
Let's go.
It used to be you counted on Kentucky as being a W.
Yep.
And then it was like those first couple of years, I felt like we were still a better team than them, and they just kept beating us. And then all of a sudden, it's like 3 in a row, 4 in a row. It's like, dude, they're just a better football program. Like flat out.
So
better football program.
This coming up week, of course, South Carolina. Whatever, kid. I don't know how long it's been, but it felt like it's been forever. South Carolina plays Texas A&M August. We need this win more than you do, buddy. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, bud.
Sorry, bud. This coming up week, Mississippi State plays Alabama. Alabama's going to put the hurting on them boys in Tuscaloosa too. Texas plays Oklahoma State. We'll see if Oklahoma State can bounce back. It's in Stillwater, so he said, no, you don't. Syracuse travels to Clemson. How does Clemson play every game at home? He says he's a broken man. I know we've been broken men for years.
Years. We don't have number 1 recruiting classes to fall back on, so.
Yeah, that's about it. UCLA plays Oregon as well.
Hold up.
TCU, Kansas State. late game.
Let's go, baby. Oh, just, back-to-back big games for TCU. They pull that one off.
Who's the rest of the schedule like? Let's look at TCU schedule. Kansas. Y'all play Texas still. Y'all are leading the
I can't wait. I just can't wait for TCU to run the whole damn thing.
That would
get
be
to the end, and they just pull the same shit again. They're like, oh well, reasons they can't be in it. We just don't want them. We're gonna put them against some non-Power 5 school in a bowl game.
Spencer Rattler's gonna let us down. He's never done anything to let us up.
Yes, I was about to say it's not a whole lot. There's never been a setup for the letdown. No. I mean, so he's gonna let us know he's gonna go into the game. He's gonna complete about 55% of his passes.
He's gonna throw one touchdown, maybe. He's gonna throw multiple picks, and we're gonna have to just bullshit our way through a win.
Yeah.
I see it now.
That's what it is. But yeah, preach. That's the first smart thing I think you've ever said in here, August.
Wow, it sounds like August
go!
A TCU fan.
I mean, they're the best.
All right, so we're switching over to NFL now, you guys. So any NFL questions, this is the time you want to get those in now. Remy, where should we start?
Where should we start?
You want to start with the Dolphins?
Did the Panthers fire sale? Who's getting traded? Robbie Anderson's already gone. That was wild.
Not really wild.
I mean, what he did on the sideline was...
he's an idiot. Panthers are terrible. P.J. Walker had 10 completions for 60 yards. They're all at the line of scrimmage. I don't know what's going to happen with this football team, honestly.
You don't look so sad.
I don't know, dude. We're terrible, okay? We're terrible.
So what is Terrence Beard's game plan to fix the Carolina Panthers? Give me your plan. What fixes the Panthers?
You got to get out of that McCaffrey contract. Trade him for a first and third. Cut Ian Thomas tomorrow. Whoever gave him a 3-year contract for $15 million, hopefully they're not in the office anymore because I'd be firing them personally. I don't know, man. I just think it's a bad team, but we need to make sure we're bad so we get the number 1 overall pick. Anybody worth a damn? Derek Brown, he had a good game. We trade him. He's sorry. Shaq Thompson's not a bit of linebacker, but he's still a good football player. We can trade him.
Derek Brown is ranked he's got like a 90 Pro Football Focus grade on the season.
I fucking hate him, dude. I honestly hate Derek Brown. You can ask Caleb. He's a fucking bum.
Oh, man.
He's a bum.
So you would go the full blow it up Miami strategy, trade everyone with talent, acquire draft picks.
I just don't think that there's enough there to kind of – I don't want to be the team that's going to patch it together for the next 8 years. You know what I'm saying? I would much rather just to be so bad. Let's be good at being bad.
Who's untouchable? Is there anyone untouchable in the Panthers?
Honestly, no. And if you ask Caleb this, it would be Brian Burns. Fuck him. He's gone too.
What about the left tackle?
Yeah, I would keep the left tackle.
Keep the rookie.
It's hard to keep. It's just hard to have offensive linemen, good offensive linemen. Plus, if you get a quarterback, having a good left tackle, that's one position you don't have to worry about.
Especially having control of him for the next 4 years after.
I think Brian Burns is a great player, but he's not as good when you don't have a really good other on the opposite end of him. He's really easy to get double teamed. CMC alive. He actually had a really good week. 7 catches, 89 yards, 13 rushes, 69 yards. We showcased him very nicely for a trade.
Your Bills are the favorites to try to land him.
You know what I want to happen.
You know what I don't want to happen.
I love Christian McCaffrey.
For some reason, for the betting odds, it's the Bills are the favorites to land him, and then us. And I'm like, no, why?
Y'all want Christian McCaffrey?
No. I feel like we've put so much into the running back basket this offseason. Why would we give up more draft picks for another running back?
I just want to see him go to the playoffs.
Don't get me wrong, I'd love it, but I feel like Mozart.
He's been on a bad Panthers team for a while now. Yeah. I don't know.
Blow it up? Buzz, blow it up, dude.
Just blow it up.
Just blow it up. I've been there, dude. We were there a couple years ago. Just blow it up. Just blow it up and then pray the pieces fall your way, and then don't tamper and try to bring in Tom Brady and a different head coach, and you're good.
Traded Tua for Dobbins. Tua got hurt, dropped, and picked him back up off waivers. There you go.
Smart move.
That's a great move.
Smart move.
But yeah, honestly, all jokes aside, the Panthers are the worst team in football. So
actually, I like this. Here you go.
Not blowing it up.
Which would you rather have?
Oh, this one's easy. The Alabama quarterback.
Oh, you want Young? All right.
I want Young so bad. Bad.
You're well on your way to having your pick of whoever.
So bad. I think Stroud's talented. Maybe he's a better NFL player than the college player, which he's a great college football player. Don't get me wrong. He doesn't really show the grittiness out of it. He doesn't show like he's a leader and a winner. And I've seen many quarterbacks come out that's talented that just doesn't have the mentals.
Damn, it's a fight for that number one pick right now, boy. The Houston Texans, but they have a tie, which hurts them. The Raiders, the Lions, the Panthers, all sitting at one win.
Who's the worst team out of those teams?
Panthers.
It's the Panthers.
Maybe the Texans.
Maybe, but they still do decent.
They use that running back enough, they'll be pretty solid. But yeah, you're well on your way, bud.
August, stop. Don't say these things out loud. These things, people keep receipts, bro. He's just gonna rebuild.
Yeah. So he gets the next five-star quarterback and the one after that. And the one
I know we're all praying for this to happen, buddy, but until it happens.
Until the day he retires or dies on the sideline, I just won't believe it.
It's like Tom Brady. Panthers are all worse all day. Keep them. I don't know.
So I saw another question.
So the Rams also didn't play too great. I don't think they're a good football team.
They're not that good. I'm telling you, I said it in the opener. Something is not right with Matt Stafford. Something's not right with him. He leads the league in interceptions. The offense is so reliant on Cooper Kupp. Don't get me wrong, I have him in fantasy. I love it. But they're so reliant on Cooper Kupp that it's like if he don't do it, no one else is going to get it done.
How did we start on the Panthers-Rams when we just completely forgot about the 12-7 football game of the Commanders versus the Bears on Thursday night?
Well, if any of y'all were in there with us watching it, had to cut it a little short because
it was 3-0 at halftime. They kicked the field goal to go up 3-0. Dude, both these teams suck.
They're terrible. And in all fairness, Washington may have just gotten better. Carson Wentz is out. Finger surgery.
Whatever. Redskins
Washington football team. The commies. Carson Wentz out a couple of weeks with surgery on a broken finger. So Tyler Heineke comes back in, gets a chance to play some football. That might be an upgrade. It very well might be an upgrade for them. Yeah. Those teams were bad. The Bears looked bad. I mean, physically looked bad. Those jerseys were hideous.
They were terrible.
Some of these alternates are just so awful. It's just some of them.
The Bears moved the ball up and down the field on the Commanders.
And they should have won the game. The sad truth is they should have won the game. And your number one wide receiver that you rely on drops the touchdown for the win.
Justin Fields missed a wide open touchdown. I don't know about Justin Fields. He doesn't look too great.
You know my stance on it. I don't think he's an NFL quarterback.
Yeah.
I just don't. Somehow he had more passing yards than Carson Wentz in that game, though. Carson Wentz, I don't even think cracked 100.
Carson Wentz is also terrible.
He is also very bad. Agreed. That game sucked.
That game sucked so bad. Dude, they got to stop putting these teams on primetime, dude.
Cancel Thursday night football. I'm sorry, it's not worth it. Or I saw this proposed on TikTok. Stretch the season out one more week and give the two teams that play on Thursday night, give them a bye week the week before so that they can actually fully prepare for the Thursday night games because they're embarrassingly bad.
Yeah.
Week in and week out, they suck.
Because
the teams can't practice. They can't run a regular practice.
Sunday is the game. They take Monday off. Tuesday's film. Wednesday's travel day. Thursday game.
Yeah. They don't get to practice or prepare for the opponent. That's why you get such shitty games. Even when a good team plays, it's normally a bad game because they don't even get to practice for what they're actually trying to do. So they need to do something because the games are terrible. They're not worth watching. I like doing this thing we do on Thursday nights where we watch it together. But dude, give us a good game. It'd be so much better if we had something to talk about during the game.
Yeah, not great. So the Falcons went and beat the 49ers. The Falcons are 3-3. Terrible loss for the 49ers.
Also 3-3.
3-3. I
couldn't
just don't
stop
understand.
Marcus Mariota. 13-14.
The NFC is weird.
It is. It's full of bad teams or just mediocre teams.
Some sad boys right now. I bet, dude. We're going to talk about the Broncos here in a little bit. But yeah, I don't know what to think of these teams.
I want to say the 49ers are still the better team, but they weren't on Sunday. And they're just wildly inconsistent.
Want to try to cast the game today, dude? Join us.
So that was something and we'll talk about this a little more off camera. Is maybe because if we do Twitch, we could put the game up. We could watch it if we do Twitch.
Really?
Because it's Amazon. It's all Amazon. So we could have the game up if we did Twitch instead of what we do now. So that might be a thing. Keep your ears and eyes peeled, ladies and gentlemen.
We might have to make a Twitch channel.
We might actually be able to do this.
We'll look into it. Look into it. Patriots beat the Browns 38-15. It was a whipping.
Bailey Zappi, ladies and gentlemen. Dude, call me crazy, but the Patriots might want to consider just letting this kid play out until something bad happens. He has played very well.
He has played very well.
He's played very well.
The Browns' defense is no slouches.
No.
They're a great defense. Classic Patriots, honestly. Just when you think they're going to just disappear, they just hang on. And that's a big win for them.
Yep.
And Ramondre Stevenson looks the part. He looks like an NFL running back. It's very good. Cleveland is just Cleveland.
I mean, me and you. I mean, honestly, I think they have more wins than we expected. But when we did their season breakdown, we did not expect them to have many wins going into when Deshaun Watson comes back. So, they had their stretch where Brissett played well, but you could only hope for that for so long.
Yep, for sure. I don't know. It's weird. It's a weird game.
Sorry, Tibbs. The Browns are just not very good. Until Deshaun Watson comes back.
Thanks for the love. Honestly, you have a good roster, buddy.
You do. You're missing a very vital piece. The quarterback position.
Yeah. As long as Brissett's the quarterback, it doesn't matter.
Your ceiling's only so high.
Mm-hmm. How about the Jets beating the Packers 27-10? Dude, the Packers are in trouble.
Oh, no. For sure. For sure. I said at the beginning of the year they weren't that good.
Breece Hall, what a game.
What's concerning to me is, are the Jets good?
I don't know.
That's terrifying to me.
I think they're kind of like the Giants. Honestly, I like the coach for the Jets. He was a defensive.
Chad, are the Jets good? Yeah, I don't know. They beat the shit out of Miami. I don't know. Maybe they're good.
I don't think they're good. I don't think they're bad. I think they're a solid football team. Things have to go their way, but are the Packers bad?
Yes. Yes.
That the
Yes.
streets are asking.
The Packers are bad. Wide receivers matter to everyone except for the Chiefs. Wide receivers matter.
But still, they have talent. The Chiefs have talent.
Yeah. The Packers don't.
They have Travis. Chiefs have Travis Kelce.
Yeah, that's the ultimate. Like the Packers, they got that. Robert Tonyan, 10 for 90, so maybe game of his life. But I mean, you're going out here. You look at their wide receivers. Alan Lazard, 4 for 76 on a touch, so he had a pretty decent day there. Romeo Dubes, 4 for 21. Amari Rogers, 1 catch. Josiah, 1 catch. Randall Cobb, 1 catch. Now he's out maybe for the rest of the season.
Yeah, Randall Cobb's always hurt, bro.
That's bad for them. Turns out maybe they needed Devontae Adams. Maybe they needed misdemeanor assault Devontae Adams.
Yeah, poor guy. I hope that guy's recovering from the tumble he took.
Oh, he will be.
But yeah, I don't know. I think the Jets are a solid football team and the Packers are not. But losing at home to the Jets.
Think about what you just said. Think about what you if you would have said that at the beginning of the season, the Packers are bad, the Jets are good.
You'd punch me in the face.
What?
Jaguars go on and somehow lose to the Colts. Just when we start like, Jaguars, they might be Nope.
Still the Jacksonville
and somehow Jaguars. The Colts are 3-2-1.
Crazy. Also, I don't know if you looked at this. Have you looked at the box score of this game? What happened to Trevor Lawrence threw 2 incomplete passes, and they had 243 rushing yards and 3 rushing touchdowns.
They were in control.
Lost the game. They lost the game.
Yeah.
How do you have a game?
What is up with the Colts? Can't run the football.
No, the Colts cannot.
Matt Ryan had to throw the ball 58 times.
58 pass attempts for old Matt Ryan. His arm almost fell off. But I'm just confused. How do you go into a game where you throw 2 incomplete passes, no interceptions, 250 rushing yards, and lose the game? I don't get it. I don't understand.
How are you not controlling the ball better?
That's what I'm saying. They averaged 7.4 yards a run. Lost.
Classic Jaguars.
What is going on?
Jaguars are back to being bad and the Colts are okay. I'm out on both these teams.
Colts are not that good.
Yeah.
Let's just go ahead and get that out of the way. So here's an interesting tidbit from this game. This is just kind of show you how wild the NFL has become. So when Dan Marino retired, he held the passing yardage record by almost 10,000 yards. He held it by almost 10,000 yards. Matt Ryan passed Dan Marino this weekend in passing yards. So it's crazy to think about, but Matt Ryan playing in a different era would be the all-time passing yardage leader. Now Marino is 8th in all-time passing yards.
Yeah.
It's crazy how different the game
Travis Etienne looked kind of explosive in this game, too. He did look good. I watched some of it. I had it up on my Sunday ticket.
I didn't get to watch a lot of it, but I kept up with what was going on and just was so confused as to how Jacksonville just didn't dominate the game. They didn't make any major mistakes, and they still lost.
Vikings, Dolphins, Remy. Will the Dolphins win another football game?
Oh, yeah. Sunday night, baby.
The streets are asking.
We're back, baby. We're back, baby. We're back, baby. The last 3 weeks mean nothing. We're back. It's time. It's time for the left hand of God to return. Sunday night football, throwback uniforms.
Oh, wow.
We're back.
Throwback uniforms is big, honestly.
Huge. I don't know, man. It's crazy. It's like we started 3-0. I got all hyped up. It was Miami was number 1 in the ESPN Power Rankings. I said, well, nothing good happens when you're number 1 in the ESPN Power Rankings. We since haven't won a game. Quarterback matters. It matters.
It does.
Tua went out, and
the defense played good.
They did. They gave up the one big run.
But y'all were doing a good job with them for a while.
Outside of that, we played well. It's just I mean, 16 points is 16 points. It's tough to win in the NFL when you score 16. And we kept shooting ourselves in the foot. We are very undisciplined team as far as penalties. Mm-hmm. We have got to stop with all the penalties week in and week out. If you watch us play, I have illegal man downfield is a pretty rare call in the NFL.
Every
game for us, and it's multiple times a game. So that's pretty crazy that happens to us as much as it does. But at the end of the day, the 3 games we lost, we had a chance late in those games to take the lead in all 3 of them, and we just didn't get it done. And this is with backup quarterbacks the whole time. So we started the game with Skylar Thompson, 3rd-string quarterback. He cuts his finger open. He's bleeding all over the place. So we have to bring Teddy Bridgewater in, who cleared concussion protocol. Teddy didn't play good. He didn't play bad. He took way too many sacks. He got sacked 5 times. Our offensive line with no Teron Armstead. I said at the beginning of the year, I said, Teron Armstead gets hurt, the offensive line is in a very bad place. Mm-hmm. Teron Armstead got hurt, and our offensive line was dog shit again. All of a sudden, just out of nowhere. Awful. Absolutely awful. We gave up 6 sacks in the game, so that's unacceptable. But at the end of the day, I sit here, we're 3-3. We got Tua coming back. Teron Armstead should play. Austin Jackson.
Who y'all play this weekend?
The Steelers. Sunday night.
Oh, y'all win that game. Steelers are terrible.
So we'll see, man. I mean, the Vikings are a good team. I said at the beginning of the year they were going to win the division. They're 5-1.
They're like the second best team in the division.
Now, here's another interesting little statistical tidbit for you. Mm-hmm. So going into the season, all we kept hearing was Tyreek Hill made the biggest mistake of his career. He should have stayed in Kansas City. He's not going to have anywhere near the same success leaving Patrick Mahomes. Mm-hmm. He is on pace to break Calvin Johnson's single-season receiving yards record.
Yeah, if he stays healthy, he will do it.
Right now, he's on pace for damn near 2,000 receiving yards. He is absolutely crushing it for us.
Very good.
Weird game. I mean, you look at it, we had 16 points. We had one wide receiver with 12 catches for 177 yards, another one with 6 for 129, and a tight end who caught 2 touchdown passes, and we scored 16 points. So I don't know. I'm down, but I'm back up, because just to see number 1 back out on that field is going to give me the utmost confidence in this football team again. So
maybe the fan base
for the Vikings.
Maybe the fan base can start appreciating him.
There's some out there that still don't, and it's still wild to me. It's still wild.
Bengals go on to beat the Saints 30-26. Big win for the Bengals. Pretty much a must win. They were down and came back. The Saints aren't great. Joe Burrow threw 3 tutties. Jamar Chase back in. Joe Burrow and Jamar Chase back in.
In Louisiana.
In Louisiana, Jamar Chase had 2 touchdowns. Pretty big game for those 2 guys, I guess, but nothing too much to say about that one.
Saints are just injury riddled in the playmaker department. So, I mean, this game was closer than I thought it would be, honest. I thought the Bengals would run away with it, but they had to make that comeback to win. So, good win for them. Keeps them from not looking quite so bad. Now sitting at 3-3.
Yep. Giants, Ravens. Giants come back from down 10. The Ravens pretty much gifted this to them. The Ravens have a hard time closing people out, which is weird.
It's so weird. Team that was known for being the historically best.
Next thing you know, the Giants are 5-1, and they play some defense. They run the ball a little bit. They make some timely throws. Danny Dimes runs a lot for first downs. I don't know. Interesting team. They're still not great.
I was about to say, I have the same question. Are the Giants good? Are they a good football
They're
team?
like the Jets. They're
5-1.
Yeah, but that won't be that way for the rest of the year,
bro.
Literally, weird game from the Ravens. The Ravens still better football team than the Giants, but big win for the Giants.
This is just what the Ravens are at this point, dude. They just blow fourth quarter leads like it's going out of style. I don't understand what's going on with them. I will tell you this: as great as Lamar Jackson was to start the season, in the fourth quarters, he's one of the worst quarterbacks in the NFL. I don't know if you've seen his fourth quarter statistics. He's not very good in the fourth quarters, which is weird because that's the time you would expect with his running ability.
That's when you need to turn it up
for him to be able to, ice games, and they just haven't been able to do it. So they are 3-3, and very easily could be a 6-0 football team. They're just not.
Yeah, they might hate. They might look back on it and be like, dang, if we could have won one of those games with a playoff team.
Mm-hmm.
But we'll see. Buccaneers go to Steelers, lose 18-20. Terrible loss for the Bucs. And the Steelers are not great. They're pretty bad football team, one of the worst ones in the NFL. And the Buccaneers end up losing to them, which, honestly, what's up with Tom Brady?
They're just, I don't know. The team's not that good. I mean, it's weird. The defense is good. The playmakers are there. The inside of that offensive line, I think, has a lot to do with it. We talked about it going into the season.
The injuries.
Their interior offensive line is just in shambles.
Mm-hmm.
There's the clip from this weekend of Tom Brady just lighting into the offensive line. I just don't think their offensive line has what it takes for them to be an elite football team. They can't run the ball. I mean, this was their best week running the ball. They averaged 2.9 yards a carry. So they can't run. And Tom, as great as Tom is, it's tough when you're so one-dimensional to win football games. And the Steelers pulled this one out. Ugly game. Nothing pretty happened in this one. Mitch Trubisky had to come in. Kenny Pickett took a concussion. Ugly win for the Steelers, but a win's a win. The Buccaneers have lost 3 out of their last 4. It's weird times in the NFC.
NFC's pretty bad. Speaking of the bad football team, the Cardinals go on the road and lose 19-9 to the Seattle Seahawks. The Geno Smith Seattle Seahawks. The Cardinals are not great for me.
Is it just me, or does it feel like there's times where the Cardinals don't even want to play football?
It looks like it.
Honestly, though, like you look at a game like this, and like Seattle's, I think, one of the bigger surprises, I would say, to start the year at 3-3, because I figured they'd be right there with the worst teams in the league. But it's like the Cardinals, it's like they almost aren't, they don't care. It's like they don't care. And I don't understand how.
Honestly, they are a great representation of their coach and also their quarterback.
Agreed completely.
I
don't love this.
It kind of trickles downhill,
2-4. Hollywood Brown might be out for the season now. They do get DeAndre Hopkins back,
and they traded for Robbie Anderson.
If I know anything about DeAndre Hopkins, he can be a quarterback's best friend in the world. So we shall see how much different they look getting him back in the fold.
For sure. We'll see if they can bounce back, but dude, they're 2-4. So it's do or die for the Cardinals. Just put up or shut up. Now, an actual good football game that turned out to be a really close, tight affair. The Bills-Chiefs. Bills go on the road and exact some revenge and win 24-20. I'll tell you what, these are the two teams that are really good. They're that next level,
They are. Now, here's a question I have for you, and I think I already know what your answer is going to be, but has Josh Allen replaced Patrick Mahomes as the best quarterback in the NFL?
It's tough, man, because
he was this Sunday.
Yeah, I mean, no, he was definitely better than Patrick Mahomes on the field. It's just Patrick Mahomes can do some crazy shit, but so can Josh Allen. They're both there. I think they're in their own bracket. Like they're 1A, 1B.
I think Josh Allen's ability to do things with his legs is the one thing that separates him. He is. God, this sucks for me, but it's like, dude, the things he can do, no one else can do.
He's like
pretty damn close to what Cam Newton would have been if Cam Newton could throw the ball. He's not quite there,
but
as
more
far as like athletic ability, but he's damn close.
But not as athletic, way better passer, more like a Big Ben-esque, but way more athletic.
That was more willing to run.
Right.
The Bills are good, man. The Bills are a damn good team. The Chiefs are a damn good team, but this might have been like the difference maker for that number 1 seed.
Yeah.
This is probably it.
Yeah, great win for the Bills. Dude, it's tough to win it's tough to go to Arrowhead.
I'm just saying the Bills, they did lose to the Dolphins, but I digress.
Yeah, we'll see. I mean, 2 good football teams, good football game.
Very good team.
Eagles go and beat the Cowboys at home 26-17. Eagles started out with their pants on fire, went up big, kind of took the foot off the gas a little bit, and the Cowboys fought back. Cooper Rush, not a great day for him. First bad game, I'd say.
Yeah.
But altogether, the Eagles are undefeated, man, and they're a great football team.
I just want to throw this out there. At the end of the day, the Eagles are 6-0. They're undefeated. They're 6-0. We're a third of the way through the season. They are undefeated football team. I still don't see the respect that team deserves. There's not a single thing I see out there that has them as the top team in the NFL. At the end of the day, they're undefeated, and no one else is.
But they're not. They're not a top team, but they're the best team in the NFC.
I mean, you got to start thinking about them in that same light. This team's good, and they can do everything.
I think the biggest problem with people is
very good defense.
We haven't seen them play the Bills or Chiefs yet. So we know what those two teams are. They've been doing this for a little while now, where this is kind of the first year the Eagles kind of come into light, and we're kind of waiting to see if they can do it against a better football team. But the Eagles are great. They're a great team. They play defense. They play offense. They run the ball. They play time of possession. They play decent special teams. They're just a great football team. I don't think they're on the same level as Bills and Chiefs, but that's okay. They're still great.
I think they are clearly the best team in the NFC. However.
Yeah, clearly. The NFC is definitely down for sure. But they're if I had to power rank them, I'd have them at third. And then I would have the Dolphins. Then I would have the Vikings at 4. I think the Vikings are really good as well. And then after that, it's kind of a crapshoot, Going into Monday night, we got to stop putting the Denver Broncos on primetime. This is game 4 of a 7 primetime set. They are on primetime 3 more times.
But not until I think week 11.
Yeah.
So we get a break.
Maybe they'll figure some shit out before
we get a break.
Because I'm
four primetime games in the first 6 weeks is absolute insanity. For any team. For any team. More or less the Broncos, who we thought were going to be good. They're not. But I don't care who you are. You can be the 85 Bears in 4 primetime games in the first 6 games. Is insane.
I can't watch some more Broncos.
Watching them.
I can't.
I thought they were going to be good. They're absolute dog water, dude. They suck so bad. Their head coach is clueless. Their head coach is absolutely clueless.
They hired a head coach who's never called offensive play before in his life. You know what he went and did for me? He went and hired a defensive coordinator who's never called a defensive play in his life.
Terry. Okay. This is how he has no clue what he's doing. This offseason, Javonte Williams is clearly the starting running back.
Yeah.
Clearly. Second-year kid, showed flashes as a rookie. Clearly that's the guy. Hey, let Melvin Gordon walk. He's a free agent. Let him walk. What do? They go, no, Melvin's been good to the franchise. We're going to bring him back. They bring Melvin Gordon back, and through the first 4 or 5 games before Javonte Williams gets hurt, they split carries almost evenly. It was 37 carries for Williams, 34 carries for Melvin Gordon.
One guy gets hurt for the year.
Very split. Javonte Williams shreds his knee out for the year, and now Latavius Murray's your top running back. He wasn't even on the team 2 weeks ago.
Yeah,
and now Melvin Gordon gets 3 carries.
They're benching.
What are you? I get it. He's fumbled the ball. I think he's had 3 fumbles this year, and I get it. But he's better than Latavius Murray.
Yes.
And I won the bet versus you. I'll never let you live it down.
Nope.
One of them still playing in the NFL. Well, one of them now still a starting running back in the NFL.
Nope.
But that's insane. That's absolute insanity to me. That your head coach is that just blinded. Melvin Gordon's a good running back. He's had a very good career. And then you come into this game and you go, let's go Latavius Murray. Let's let him run the ball 15 times. I'm sorry, dude. That guy is clueless. And then we're going to go. Somebody asked earlier, what's wrong with Russell Wilson? Something's wrong with Russell Wilson, bro.
He ain't cooking no more.
He ain't cooking. He's in the kitchen, but he ain't cooking dinner.
Chargers their kicker like ripped his quad off his leg or something crazy.
He pulled his hamstring. He's out for 2 to 4 weeks. That was one of the most heroic efforts I've ever seen from a football. That was Byron Leftwich getting carried to the ball every down.
4 field goals on a pulled hamstring.
4 field goals on a fucking pulled hamstring. Every time he kicked the ball, he fell to the ground in pain. And they made him kick 4 field goals.
So the Chargers didn't lead at all until the very end. Then they won the game. Chargers are not a great coach team either.
No, God,
they're pretty badly coached.
Whoever runs that offense, I don't know how much you pay attention to like the actual offensive game plan. They love on 3rd or 4th and 2 to run 3-yard out routes that are not open.
Yeah.
There's no like pick. There's no like disguising it. It's just an out route.
A lot of bad coaching in the NFL right now.
Bad. Justin Herbert, by the way, 57 pass attempts.
200 yards.
No touch, 230 yards. Well, I mean, if that was Tua, it's the end of the world. But anyway, I digress on that as well. 57 pass attempts, no touchdowns. Most pass attempts without a touchdown in a win in NFL history.
Yeah, I can imagine that's the case.
That's probably the case. Honestly, I'm gonna be real honest. I feel bad for Harris. I know the Chargers are 4-2.
They're not
Chargers.
good.
They ain't that good either.
No,
they ain't that good either.
Believe me, I picked them to go to the Super Bowl.
They better be glad they got Khalil Mack on that defense. That's all I'm gonna say.
Yeah.
J.C. Jackson.
I mean, they're pretty beat up. Honestly, the team's beat up to hell.
Their offensive line is in shambles. They had at one point their 3rd string center in the game. J.C. Jackson. Big free agent acquisition, as I told you.
5 years, $82 million.
Got benched. Flat out benched in this game. He was awful. There were multiple plays. He didn't even know what the play call was. He's in man-to-man. The rest of the team's in zone. He's giving up big play after big play. They benched him. Flat out benched him. Wild. But at the end of the day, the Chargers are sitting at 4-2, so you could be in a worse spot. The Broncos are terrible, and I think they are done. Stick a fork in them.
Yeah. All right. So we're going to finish today's pod. We're kind of running a little long. So we're not going to really we're just going to talk briefly about some NBA. We want to do more dedication to the NBA and give its own like good 45 minutes worth of us talking about who we think is probably going to be the winners and MVPs and all that stuff. We're not going to do it today, but we're going to talk quickly about these 2 basketball games that's coming up. Right now, Boston is currently beating Philly 67-66. Great basketball game. Both these teams, I think, are going to have a really good season in the East. What are you looking forward to the most in the NBA coming up, Remy?
This is going to be a year where I'm going to just sit back and enjoy watching the best players in the game.
I'm going to go watch it as soon as we get off of this.
I will say, I think the thing I'm most excited about is Zion Williamson.
Yeah, I want to see him ball out. It's time, Zion.
I'm hyped up.
It's time.
I'm hyped up to watch Zion. I actually think that team's going to be pretty good.
Lakers Warriors tonight.
I mean, and I'm out on the Lakers. I'm out. I'm off the bandwagon 100%. But I will say, LeBron passing Kareem Abdul-Jabbar for the scoring title. It is just. I mean, of course, it's historic. Kareem's held that record for so damn long. And for a guy who most of his career people said, if he was just a better scorer, going to be the all-time greatest scorer in the history of the game. So
pretty cool.
Suck it, losers.
Yeah. LeBron's the GOAT. Suck it, losers.
Whatever. So that'll be a fun night when that time comes. Of course, my Minnesota Timberwolves, really looking forward to them dominating the NBA this year.
This is what I'm about. See that right there? They're going to be fucking good this year. I'm telling y'all now. The Hawks are going to be good this year.
They are one of the more intriguing teams because I do agree with you. I just want to see the two. I want to see Trae Young and I want to see Dejounte Murray play together and see how it
play
looks.
The Rockets tomorrow. The Hawks are a 10-point favorite. I don't know about all that, but
I mean, I think y'all be a good team. But yeah, so we got Celtics, Sixers. By the way, I was watching the very beginning of this game before we jumped in here. These two teams have played each other more than any other teams in the NBA. These two right here. Celtics, if you include regular season playoffs, this is the biggest rivalry, we'll say, as far as matchups in NBA history.
No, all my Philly buddies hate Boston.
Yeah, fair. And I bet vice versa.
I
bet it's the exact same way on the other side. I think this is going to be. I think both these teams are going to be very good this year. I think you're looking at two of the best teams in the East. The Sixers adding a guy like PJ Tucker. He's not always going to light up the stat sheet, but he does a lot of the things that I think they were missing last year.
Bryce Harper just homered, by the way, for Philly. Sorry,
I heard. Yeah, grindy type of guy. He's going to get dirty and do the things that a lot of the Sixers players don't do. And then also for the Celtics, the coach thing. That's the big story. Yeah, they made it to the NBA Finals last year, and then you lose your coach. That's pretty unprecedented as far as I know. See how they respond to that. I actually was sitting here yesterday. I forgot the Celtics had got Malcolm Brogdon. So, pretty solid rotational piece to add to this team. I think they're both going to be pretty good teams, though. They're going to this might be your Eastern Conference Finals matchup, those two teams. So, honestly, got a lot to look forward to for both teams.
With basketball, it's hard to get really excited. I am really hyped that it's here because I'm really interested to watch the Hawks play. But dude, it's such a long year where it's like after opening week go by, then you're like, okay, it's a bit of a grind now. And then once
you just got to enjoy just watching the game.
That's all you got to enjoy basketball for sure.
You can't be all the way invested in one regular season basketball game.
Yeah,
you drive yourself mad. There's 82 of the bad boys, so you got a ways to go.
It's like but it's like baseball a little bit in that sense, where if your team's just getting smoked, you just go, "I'm going to bed."
I'll watch something else.
I'll do something else. But when the good's good, you want to watch it for sure. But yeah, you just enjoy good basketball, good shooting, good, play some defense, rebound, all that stuff. I'm definitely a big man connoisseur. So anytime Nikolai Joker, anytime the Joker plays or Embiid plays or any of these guys, I definitely tune in for that.
Same. I miss it. Dude, I'm starting to realize in all sports, in all the major sports, I am an old head, bro.
No,
I'm starting to realize that now, just how much of an old head I am. I'm sitting here, I'm like,
what happened to the good old days is running the football.
Grind out, run the ball, play some defense, control the clock.
Yeah.
Give me a good post up. Give me a good post up in basketball. Why are we shooting so many damn threes?
Just box out. I hate, dude. There's few things I hate.
Why can't we just hit for contact?
Where when a guy instead of just boxing him out does this weird thing where he just turns and faces up the guy.
Oh yeah, it's just so frustrating.
Tries one arm
block him, and
it tries to one arm
else gets the rebound, or just
tries to one hand it.
Yeah, don't get me wrong. I hate it.
Yeah,
absolutely hate it.
Also, hate moving picks,
moving screens. Holy shit! And it's just like it's the same for me as the roughing the passer shit in the NFL right now. It's like how did we get to this point?
Yeah,
how did we get to where it's so bad and we just let it ride? Dude, I'm watching NFL the pre-show or whatever. They got Troy Vincent in there, former, NFL player. He's now like the head of one of the higher ups in the NFLPA and all this stuff. And he's talking about like the roughing the passer calls. And he's like, honestly, we encourage those types of calls. He's like, it's not a softer game. It's a different game. No, bro, it's soft. It's soft. I'm sorry.
It's very soft.
Soft, bro. These quarterback roughing the passers. I'm all for protecting the quarterbacks, but we've gotten too out of control with it. You can't hit them low. You can't hit them high. You can't tackle them too hard. You can't land on top of them. At some point, it's no longer tackle football. You got to give something back to the defense. Our entire lives, I'd say for the past 20 years has just been the NFL taking shit away from defenses. Oh, you can't press after 2 yards. If you touch them after 5 yards, it's a penalty. It's more emphasis on pass interference on the defense, not on the offense. Offenses can run pick plays left and right. I don't know if you pay attention to almost every route in the NFL is a pick play. Almost every route in the NFL is a pick play. NFL or defensive players, you can't touch anybody. It's a penalty. You touch a quarterback, it's a penalty. And every defensive penalty is an automatic first down for the offense. It's insane. So I am very much an old head in that sense of like, I like defense. I like watching good defense.
Oh,
I'm crazy.
I care a lot about defense.
Call me crazy.
And when South Carolina can't play defense, it really upsets me.
So I don't know. I'm just realizing that. But yes, like I said, the NBA, give me a post up. Give me a big man. I'm right there with you, bro. Jokic isn't even an old school basketball player. There ain't nobody been like Jokic in the history of the game, things that he can do. But yeah, I don't know, man. I'm just excited. I've always just loved basketball. Of course, I've rooted for LeBron since his career started and wanted his teams to win a bunch of games. But I just like watching really good basketball players. There's teams that I don't necessarily want to win championships all the damn time. Golden State, I'm tired of you winning championships. But I can still enjoy watching Steph Curry play basketball. I can still enjoy watching Klay Thompson drain threes. I cannot enjoy watching Draymond Green play basketball. He is absolute doo-doo caca, and I hate it.
Yeah, he is doo-doo caca.
So get him off my screen. But I feel like this year is going to be a year since I'm so far off the Lakers bandwagon that
you can kind of go back. You can go back to enjoying. Go back.
Let me just watch every game. I'm not even going to root for teams. I'm just going to hope that Jason Tatum drops 50 tonight and Joel Embiid drops 50.
That's what I'm saying. You can just enjoy Dame hitting logo threes and you can enjoy basketball.
Yeah,
for sure.
Yep.
So before we get out of here, also, I finished watching The Watcher on Netflix. Started off really good. It kind of faded on me a little bit. Really enjoyed that show. Also, I just watched. Now, Caleb was downplaying the series. I thought what they did with the Rings of Power was amazing. I thought the series was amazing. It did start off a little slow. I recommend it to everybody. Honestly, it's one of my favorite series I've seen in a long time. I think it's so much better than the Game of Thrones stuff they got out right now. I thought that the Rings of Power was really good, and I really enjoyed it. And Caleb was like, well, we knew all this was coming. I'm like, bro, it's a prequel.
That's how prequels work.
That's how that shit works, man. And I thought it was really cool. It gave a lot more understanding of how shit happened and why it happened and stuff. And I'm really interested to see where they continue with it. Definitely enjoy that, Remy. You definitely need to watch it. It was really good.
I just need to catch a second bout of COVID so I can just sit in my room all day and watch shows. That was aces. I mean, I was sick.
Honestly, dude, I'm to the point now where people are like, you want to play this game, play that game. I'm like, dude, honestly, I just want to sit here in my lonesome and watch a show and do a mindless video game at the same time. You know what I'm saying? Just leave me alone. I've had enough of the world today.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's cool. I'm excited times for sports and everything. Amazon needs to be a sponsor. Honestly, they do. They just need the sponsors, especially if they somehow buy Tottenham Stadium. Google and Amazon are both up for that. But Remy, got anything to say, everybody, so we can go watch some baseball and basketball for tonight?
We're doing this thing Thursday?
Thursday, yes. I'm going to Safford, but I'll be back.
Sweet. Look forward to seeing y'all there.
Thursday, ladies and gentlemen. Thursday. But yeah, it was awesome. Appreciate each one of you guys for hanging out and enjoying the pod. Tell your friends. Tell everybody about us. Let's get big. Let's get so big where Remy can quit Wells Fargo.
Let's do it. Let's do it, please.
Fuck Wells Fargo.
Please help me.
But shout out to each and every one of you guys. We appreciate y'all. And we will see y'all on Thursday.